congrats on your new album. It's a great hit among fans and really appreciable in its entirety. So in terms of production value, you guys have come a really long way since the Eaten Back to Life and all that stuff. And Eric really seems to have optimized your death metal sound. So did you guys find that there's still room for improvement, or did you kind of reach a plateau that you're happy with in terms of?
You're never happy,
No?
The next album always has to be better, and there's things you look back after. Like right now we're so busy touring that we're not sitting down listening to the record. But somewhere along the way we'll listen to it. Sometimes we'll get together and listen to it, hey, throw it in real quick, let's hear it, and compare it. Actually, a couple nights ago, me and Pat were listening to some old songs and some of the newer songs, so never happy. Okay, initially happy, and then, you look back and you see what you could improve on, I know, for instance, myself, there are things on Torture that I will want to do better. You know what I mean? But we're not ever gonna be happy because we might as well give it up then. Might as well just stop playing if we're just content with just sounding the same way. Production's a weird thing. I don't really get myself involved in like the mix or anything like that. I do the vocals. I make sure that I'm happy with those. As long as they're brutal to my liking, then But on this album I could have did some more high screams, this and that, and I'll look into that. I'll think about that, listen to the album, and compare it to because live there are some songs where I do some higher stuff that I didn't do on the record.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And so that always makes me say, well, shit, I should have did it on the album, and I didn't. So those are the kind of things that we all will look over, and obviously for the other guys, it'll be different, catering towards their instrument. So we're never satisfied. We're gonna once the album's out, we start touring, so we're kind of busy with that. But right after that's done, or somewhere in the middle of that, when you get into the mode of just touring, then we'll reflect on the album, think about it, see what we want to change or what we can do better.
All right, that's cool. So in terms of musical complexity and everything, it seems that there are songs that are so hard to play or hard to sing or whatever in your repertoire that you guys don't even bother playing them live. Are there any songs on Torture that we might risk never hearing?
Yeah, there's always that chance. I don't know if anybody writes songs just to throw them away, because not that we're throwing them away. The possibility is always there. But there are some songs that you write them and then you take them to the practice space and then you play them in practice, and then when you get in the studio where everything is stripped down, you realize, man, this is a lot harder to play. Especially the same thing for live. There's some songs I'm like, okay, that one's easier to play than this one. So, I don't think there's songs that we throw away. I don't think there's songs that we don't want to ever play. Some songs we just don't think will work live, We've never played Frantic Disembowelment, I think they might have played it one time. There was a show that I didn't play because I had this infection in my lung. They might have played it then, I'm not sure. But, I never sang it live. And a lot of people want to hear that one, and they of course think that we disregarded it and thrown it away, and that's not the case. I think there probably are some songs that we would rather not, but we'll never say never.
Fair enough.
I don't know. I would have to sit and think about, Torture and think about what songs we probably wouldn't, there's still some songs we probably might bring out that we're not playing now. Especially on this tour, we're only playing an hour as opposed to an hour and 15, hour and 20. We cut 2 new songs that we would normally play otherwise. So, there you go.
Nice. All right, and then regarding the album art, for Kill and Evisceration Plague, there wasn't as much grotesque imagery and everything on their faces as there was for the previous album. So Torture seems to be sort of like a return to form, right? You have the hanging bodies and everything. So is there a reason why you guys have sort of strayed for a couple albums from the brutally shocking imagery and kind of went back to it?
Well, as far as the art goes, it wasn't like we were saying to ourselves, let's try something different. We just, we wanted to go with something simple for Kill. Rob had come back into the band and whatnot. Kind of started a new. It was still me, Paul, Pat, and Alex. But, Rob coming back, Jack having left, and he was one of the original guys. It was like, we wanted to do something, and we didn't think that the guy on the insert was what we really wanted. So we just stripped it down and just kill. And I, a lot of people, bitched and complained about it, and I just think, it's just really tough sometimes because you got all this bullshit with censorship, and these people don't want to carry it, and that person does. This chain doesn't want to carry it. This store doesn't want to. So this time we just said fuck it. We got to make something brutal, and you just put the card over it, or the little slide thing there, and there you go. And then everybody is happy. You open it up and it's brutal. I mean, I don't think that I didn't think Evisceration Plague was a non-brutal cover, but some people weren't happy with it. They thought it was maybe too cartoony or something. I don't know, But I mean, Torture. See, to me, it's also like this. Does the album artwork really matter that much? I mean, it's like if we had the most brutal cover, the worst images you could possibly, conjure up in your mind, have Vincent Locke draw it, and then put out shit, people would still like it. I mean, I don't get it, Sometimes it's like, listen, so maybe, a lot of kids, I love Kill All, but the album cover wasn't great. Well, sorry. I mean, if you got to take one, if you're going to only get, one, you're going to get one bad cover or one good album, which one are you going to take?
Yeah, definitely.
You're going to say, well, what, I'd rather have a tame cover with a good album. You can't win, man. You're never going to win. And, I think, I don't think that we consciously ever sit down and say, let's not have a brutal album cover. It just, shit happens. Nobody ever sits down and consciously says, I want to write a bad song or I want to have a bad show. You strive to be the best and to put out the best you can. The album covers, of course, they're synonymous. It's hand in hand with us, but at the same time, I wish that sometimes it wasn't. I wish people would really focus on the music more. They're not going to. It's the way it's going to be. Nothing I can do about it, but, it's fucking... They want to bitch, they're going to bitch. I mean, I really don't think that they're bitching about this one, because this album cover is definitely, come on, it's sick. Yeah, it's fucking sick. Come on. If people don't think it's sick, they're in their fucking minds.
That's right. All right, so now regarding the Summer Slaughter tour, you guys have been paired up with Between the Buried and Me to offer fans like really one hell of a show. So how did you come to headline a show like this? Like, did you?
I believe they approached us. I think when we got offered, well, I think we were just offered Summer Slaughter. It wasn't, they came to us and and then we agreed, and they were still adding bands to the lineup, after we had agreed. And of course, then they wait to announce the whole thing, So, we just, we didn't, we were just, pretty much seeing what our schedule was like. We knew that we had already had some shows planned for Europe.
Okay.
And so when we did that, we got home, we only had 10 days off to come and do this. So, we had that had to be thought about as well, because, I mean, that's, it's not enough time at home, you know what I mean? I mean, but, we decided to do it, and now we'll get a month off after this. Well, about a month and a half, maybe. So, we were just, they approached us about it,
What's your general opinion about the type of music that's played at these shows other than the death metal? Because I know that you guys are paired up with a lot of like progressive, extreme music, stuff like that. Like, what's your opinion on that stuff?
It's good. I mean, well, it's what it is. It's, not all of us. I mean, look, pretty much everybody in the band listens to about the same kind of music. Like, when it comes to old school stuff, we all grew up with Slayer and Creator and Accept and Saxon and Judas Priest and all that stuff. But as, what I mean, and of course, going into like the death metal and thrash metal bands, well, I already said, Creator, Slayer, and all that shit, but, Deicide, Obituary, things like that. And now there's bands that most people, they're not metal, they're not this. I don't care, man. I'm fucking 42 years old, man. I ain't got time to sit here. I understand some of what people say, I guess, but to me it's like this, metal's gonna progress, people are gonna play different styles. I mean, shit, I listen to Hank 3 on our bus all day long, or all night long, drinking whiskey. You know what I mean? And so most people would think, we get on the bus and are listening to just death metal all night long. And while we do listen to it sometimes, it doesn't dominate our life. And so doing tours with, And look, we do our own tours that are just purely death metal tours.
Sure.
But we also do tours where we have, and obviously this not being our tour, wasn't set up by us.
Yeah.
It's kind of a breath of fresh air for you just get a little bit of time playing with a good variety of bands, good people. It's a good time. We're all having a good time out here. Nobody's pointing a finger at anybody for not being metal enough or not dressing like a metalhead. Or, we don't care about that stuff anymore, man. I am how I am, and I can only control that. And so to me the biggest thing and the more important thing is are the bands we're with cool? Is everybody laid back, relaxed, good people? Because nobody wants to deal with a bunch of jerks. You know what I mean? And nobody's like that. Everybody on this tour, I mean, we've toured Exhumed and Goathor a bunch of times. We toured Job for Cowboy and The Faceless as well,
Yeah.
But all the other bands, everybody's been cool, And, I mean, it's different music, yeah. And some of it maybe, I don't know. It's really weird. When the thing is, like, there's some bands that I've, like, never been a fan of. Not really on this tour because it's still we're kind of like a little bit past the halfway point of this tour. But we've done tours where it's like, I don't know about them.
Right.
Not just music, you know what I mean? But you get to know the people. You want to like their band, You want to like somebody's band, even if maybe you won't be a diehard fan, but you'll be like, oh man, that song's pretty cool. You hear the song every day. You see the guys every day. So, look, we have our thing going. We've been death metal band since the beginning.
Yeah.
We're never going to change. We're old. We're stubborn. And we don't want to anyway. We love. I love playing this stuff, but I don't think it's bad to be playing with different bands. And I think that there's probably some fans of ours that get a little bitter about it. They want us to just be out, with Dying Fetus all the time. Which is great because they're awesome. But it's good to mix it up. I mean, it's a good variety. It's like today. It's a big festival with a lot of other bands too as well. So
yeah. All right, cool. So yeah, along the same lines, like, what have been some of the most memorable concert experiences that like you've ever been to, like as a concert goer? Like, do you guys still have the opportunity to go to shows, or?
Yeah. It depends on the time that that you go, because obviously when I was younger, and nobody gave a shit about who I was, I could go and headbang and watch the show. And now, if I want to watch a show, I'm pretty much stuck watching it by the side of the stage. Because if I go into the crowd, I'm getting mobbed, and I'm never going to get to watch the show. Everyone's like, oh, I'm sorry, I don't mean to bug you, but it's like, and they're not bugging me, but at the same time, it's like, goddamn, man, you're missing the show, and I'm missing it now. Or maybe you don't care. Either way, somebody's missing it. So, for me, when I was younger, it was a lot, easier to go. Like if we go out to a show, in Tampa, let's just say, you get people that, they see you there, and of course they want to, they want you to sign something or take a picture, and it's all well and good, but it's like, at the same time, come on, man, I'm trying to watch this, It's, I don't want to make it seem like I don't want people to come up to me, because I don't want to be unapproachable, but, so it depends. When I was younger, there's lots of shows I saw that were fucking awesome. I could headbang all day long during the show, and that would be that. But now it's a little bit different,
Yeah,
if I would go out in the crowd now to watch Job for Cowboy, let's just say,
you're getting mobbed.
I'm gonna get mobbed, and it's not bad. Obviously, people care about the bands. That's why they want to, It's like, damn it, I prefer watching a band from the front. The stage. When you watch from the side, people think it's, oh man, that'd be awesome. No, dude, all you're getting is a monitor mix. So my monitors just have me. Pat has something different in his, Rob and Alex. Paul wears in-ears now, so you're not hearing anything from his side. So you're not getting like the full experience that you think you're gonna get. Now it is cool to watch, if you know the band or their songs, and you just like see it from a different perspective. But if this is what you think is your only chance to see this band, don't watch from the side. Don't watch from the side. It ain't no fun. At least not to me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it's different because you are more up close, but you're not going to run out on stage and mock, oh, fuck yeah, while they're playing, so.
That's cool. Yeah, do you want to ask your question?
Yeah, we have two questions here. First of all, what's your opinion
obituary, you know. And yeah, man, it's for us. We're just like, really? Are you fucking kidding me? You know that actually happened. But you know, what are you gonna do? There's nothing you can really do about it except just, you know, hope it all worked out, which apparently it has. I haven't heard all the details about them releasing him and whatnot, you know. But, you know, I mean, I think pretty much anyone you talk to is going to say the same thing, you know. That was bullshit, you know. But what are you going to do about it, you know? I mean, it's kind of out of our hands. I mean, luckily, you know, he's out. Hopefully he's cleared of everything. I don't know the whole details, you know. But, yeah, sure, we're pulling for him. You know, he's a friend of ours. I mean, it's, you know, it's one thing, you know. I mean, that dude wouldn't hurt anybody, you know. It's ridiculous. It's stupid.
Do you think it would have happened if it was another type of music?
Well, I would hope so, only because if you, well, not hope so, because I don't want anybody to go through that, but you would think so. It shouldn't matter. You know what I mean? It really shouldn't matter, because one thing is, in all of this, is someone's dead. I mean, you know, and that's tragedy, you know. And I know that he didn't mean that, and I'm sure that, you know, the kid didn't mean to, you know, be that crazy. I never even seen the video of what happened, so, you know, somebody's dead in here, and that's the bad thing. But, you know, if it was another kind of music, I would say, yeah, they would still have done the same thing, because, come on, you know. But then again, who knows, you know? I mean, like I said, I don't know all the details about what they got out of him. You know what I mean? What they, you know, they really were in the pursuit of what they thought was justice. I don't know. It's all cloudy, you know, and it's fucked up. It's not cool, you know. I mean, we're pulling for him, and yeah, you know, my feelings go out to the family of the kid, you know. Somebody's dead here, you know. You got to think about that, you know.
We have one last question.
Yeah, so
because we're running short on time.
So don't put too much thought into this. But if I say Montreal or Toronto, what's your answer?
Oh, Montreal or Toronto? Oh, I don't know. They're both the same. They're both killer.
all right. That's a fair answer.
No, listen. You know I can't say Toronto, and I know tomorrow if they ask me the same thing, I can't say, you know, Montreal, because they're both places like, well, fuck George. So nah, they're both awesome. I mean, really, seriously, it would be hard to pick. You know, almost all the time. We've done a couple of like shorter tours throughout Canada before. You know,
yeah.
One year we did a Polywog Fest, I think it's called, and it just went, you know, all throughout. You know, and that was really different because we were like one of the only, like, really, if not the only, like, death metal band on it. So it was definitely a weird experience. It was fun. It was great. And we went everywhere. All the shows around here, you know, all throughout Canada have been great. I mean, you know, Vancouver's awesome too. So, you know, I know nobody here wants to hear that, you know. I'm guessing. I don't know. But